Hey, what's up YouTube? Houston here. For those of you just finding my YouTube channel, welcome. Please remember to hit that subscribe button and that bell. Now, for those of you that's been following me and supporting me, salute. And for my favorite patrons, always double salute. Now, today's video, we're actually going to be talking about a new player in the business credit industry. And it's the Corpay business credit card. Actually, we're going to be talking about how to get the Corpay Master business credit card. But there's a lot of videos out there, but none of them actually showed you how to actually make money with this card. They didn't tell you look, you can go through YouTube. None of them showed you how to make money with this card. And I'm going to show you how to finesse this card to where you're able to leverage it, okay? And I know some people are upset because they're expecting a larger amount and they may not qualify, but we're going to go through these data points. I'm going to break these data points down for you, but I'm going to also show you a strategy of how you can actually leverage this to make sure that it's actually making you money. Now, here's the thing about the Corpay Mastercard business credit card. Here are the data points, okay? You can be a startup, you can be a new business, or you can be an existing business, okay? So they got you covered there. Number two is that their limits go up to $100,000, all right? Now, here's something that I know for some of you guys, because you're looking for these credit cards with only an EIN. Unfortunately, this card, you possibly, and I'm going to show you, I'm going to explain to you why I said possibly, okay? So what they do a hard pull, FICO 8, EXPERIAN. You have to have a minimum credit score of at least 600, okay? It's a net 21 card. So that means you use the card, you have 21 calendar days to pay the balance off. Now, the average credit score for this is 1,000. And that's what most people with thin business credit files, that's what they're looking at. Now, here's the thing about it. They do report to EXPERIAN, Dun & Bradstreet, and Equifax. Now, I just recently put out 2 videos focusing on your EXPERIAN business credit file. So I'm going to put that link in the description so you can check those videos out, because I promise you, if you look at those videos and then refer to this card, it'll make a lot of sense, okay? But I'm going to show you actually how to finesse this company so that it actually can help you level up to access more capital, all right? Now, that being said, some of the dislikes about this here card is that because Few Man owns the company, associate of the company, they don't like their payment processing system, right? Because of Few Man, and people have had issues with Few Man in the past or whatever, you know. But at the same time, if you focus on actually how can I actually help get this card and help it build up my business credit, that's the main reason you want to get it, right? But at the same time, not only building up the business credit, but you should focus on how can I actually use this in order to help make me some money, all right? So I'm going to show you that. Now, they don't charge any fees for this card, okay? So which is cool, all right? Like I said, the biggest issue for many people, they're looking for a EIN card. This here, do a hard pull on a personal credit. Now, if you're trying to avoid a hard pull, then if your business is generating enough revenue, then you can present them with your bank statements, financial statements, you know, even your business taxes, to show them that, hey, you know, my business actually is the one that I want the card for. And they may just look over pulling your personal credit, okay? So that is an option for you. I can't say it's going to work 100% of the time, but hey, nothing hurts but a try, right? So again, like I said, they're focused on reporting to EXPERIAN, Dun & Bradstreet, and Equifax. Now, we're going to play devil's advocate for a minute. So let's just say that they only give you between 1,000 to maybe 5,000 on this card, right? Here's what I would do, especially if I have a thin business credit file. Okay, first, or if I have a low credit score, let me back up. If I know that my credit score is less than 600 credit score and I'm trying to get this card, I'm going to do a few things to boost up my credit score first, okay? And so if you're paying rent with money order or cash or something like that, I would look at these here companies and see if one of these companies can start reporting my rent payments as a trade line on my credit file, okay? Because that usually can give you about 45 points or higher, right? So that's one thing, because you, like I said, since they're focused on the personal credit, the FICO 8, you need to beef it up, especially if you have a credit score less than a 600. So this is the reason why I'm telling you this. Now, there's also company Grow Credit. There's Perch out there. So that means that utility bills, subscriptions, car insurance, gym membership, you can hook up with companies like this and have them report on your personal credit file to help boost up your credit score as well. Also, the extra debit card app on your phone. Now, the reason that I'm telling you that, there's the extra debit card app, and there's another one that I can't think of off the top of my head. But what they do, they report to your Equifax and Experian as a trade line for all of your debit card use, right? So if I were you and I know I have, before I go and try to get this card and I know I have less than a 600 FICO score and a FICO 8, I would try to get these trade lines added to the credit score, okay? So to help boost up the credit score. So that's going to give you some leverage, as well as having some of those hard inquiries removed, all right? So those are the things that I would do if I'm trying to get business credit cards and trying to transfer over to get more business credit funding, okay? So that's one of the strategies that I wanted to tell you about, but we're going to actually talk about how to make this card to where it actually is a financial gain, okay? Now, that being said, here's what I would do. If I was able to get approved for this here card and I had a 600 credit score, what I would do is these here accounts are all report to Experian, right? So I would use that card and I would sign up with some of those net 30s using that card. Now, granted, again, that's a net 21, right? But at the same time, because these accounts are actually reporting on your Experian business credit file, this is thickening up your business credit file. Because remember, in a previous video, and I'll put the link below, like I said, you want to try to get your Experian business credit file, especially if you're trying to go for funding. You're trying to get your Experian business credit file into a low risk. And in order to do that, the low risk scoring is from 76 to 100. So once you get up to 76, now you're a lower risk. All right. So that's the reason that even if I get from Corpay, if they give me $1,000 or $5,000, this is one of the ways that I'm going to leverage that card to be able to beef up my Experian credit file, okay? So that's one option for you. Now, here's another option. You can actually take that credit card, $1,000 to $5,000. Just say that they gave you $1,000, right? And then if you say that you were starting or you have a t-shirt business or you wanted to start a t-shirt business, then what you would do, I would go to places like Shop Goodwill. Like I said, my method of thinking that if they only gave me $1,000, I'm going to make money off of that $1,000. And so if I decided I wanted to start selling t-shirts, well, I'm going to go to the places where I know that I can buy vintage t-shirts because I know I get a premium for those and I don't have to sit on the inventory, right? So even in a t-shirt business, and I want you to stick with me because there's other businesses I can show you as well to actually use your Corpay card to be able to help get that business started, all right? Now, shopgoodwill.com, you can go there. And the reason that I would tell you go to Shop Goodwill, because when they get vintage t-shirts, all right, they already authenticated that those are actual vintage t-shirts by the labels and everything. So that's the reason that I would go there. Also, you can go to Salvation Army. Salvation Army, they have an auction online and stuff where you can buy brand new stuff, just like with the Goodwill. You can buy brand new items, brand new clothes and stuff that like Macy's, Dillard's, Sears, not Sears, but like JCPenney's and stuff like that that they don't sell. They would give it to these stores and they would resell it. Brand new stuff, you know, that you can take advantage of and buy it and resell it. Like I said, we're on the mission to actually leverage and make money off of the card, okay? So that's the reason that I'm showing you this, because most people, they're not thinking like this. They're thinking, oh, I just want the card. No, you don't just want to get the card. You want to actually make money with the card, okay? Now, I know some of you are, well, I wonder if I can possibly liquidate the card. Can I liquidate the card? Absolutely. And I'll talk about that in a few minutes, all right? Now, another type of business you can start is the pallet business. Buying pallets for like $1, $2, $5, and flipping them for $10, $15, $20, okay? So, like I said, I know there's people on here that's probably in the pallet industry, and they may confirm what I'm saying. You can buy pallets or find free pallets and stuff, and then flip those using that credit card. Now, here's the thing about it that I want you to understand in terms of how you're making your payments and all like that stuff. It's definitely, like I said, once you start using the card, you have a 21-day calendar window that you actually have to pay that card back, okay? But just a few businesses that you may want to consider that you can actually start with the Corpay card and then keep on growing from there. Now, also, start a pressure washer business. You can use that card, go to the pawn shop, buy a pressure washer, or go to Home Depot, buy a cheap pressure washer, you know, and start your business from there. It's plenty of things that you can actually do with this card that actually not only make it pay you, but pay for itself. Like I said, but one of the things about it, by you using the Corpay, signing up, getting those net 30 accounts that report to Experian, you're building up your business credit file much faster. All right. And like I said in the previous video that I made in terms of what banks that you should sign up with, in terms of making sure that every aspect of your Experian business credit file, because they focus on Experian and they report to Dun & Bradstreet as well as Equifax, being able to leverage this card. And the faster you use it, so if you max out that $1,000 and then in 21 days you're able to pay that $1,000 back and max it out again and pay it back, now you're in a situation to where they look at this and then they increase it, right? Or even if they say, hey, you know, with your business model, we see that you have revenue or something like that, they may give you $5,000, right? So if they give you $5,000, again, places for you to buy product and sell online, like liquidation.com, B-Stock. This is places that you can buy Amazon pallets. You can buy eBay mystery pallets and stuff like that and sell those things. You can sell those on Facebook Marketplace, OfferUp. You know, you have so many other places where you can actually sell this stuff and be able to turn a profit real quick and be able to pay your credit card back off. The main thing about it is because it's a credit card and it's reporting to all three, this is going to help you build a stronger relationship with other financial institutions as well, because they see that you have a strong business credit file. So that's the reason I'm telling you, don't just get the card and sit on the card because they gave you $1,000. Use the card. Do some of these type of businesses. Make the money, pay it back. Make the money, pay it back. Now, as something else that I wanted to tell you, we was talking about that card. So if you're not able to get that card, you may want to be able to qualify for this card because you can get this card with a 580 credit score. Okay, and this is the Capital One Classic Spark card. Now, you may be saying, well, why are you jumping from the corporate card over to this card? Here's the reason why. Capital One Bank, usually, like I said, usually I've seen people with 580 credit scores and stuff, and they gave them like 3,000, 5,000, right? Now, here's the thing about it. Those same type of businesses, so if you don't qualify for the Corpay card, why not get this here card? Because it still reports to the business credit bureaus. So that way, you're still building up your business credit, okay? This is something that, again, you can go to Harvard, any of those schools. They're not telling us this. They're not showing us this level of the game of how to build a strong business credit file so that we can get the maximum amount of money when we're trying to get funding from financial institutions. So that's the reason that I'm sharing this with you. Now, one thing that I wanted to say in terms of, I know people like, well, what if I just want to use the credit card and liquidate the credit card? Then they have plastic.com, PLASTIQ.com. And so you can sign the Corpay card up with that because it's a Mastercard, and you can pay your rent with it. So if you're able to pay like your rent with it, your business expenses with it through plastic and everything, it's still reporting. Just make sure within that 21-day time period knowing that, hey, I got to pay this back in 21 days. All right? So there is ways to actually liquidate the card. You know, I just couldn't be direct, but I hope for those of you that are still with me and paying attention, now it just, you know, it gets the wheels turning to where you're like, oh, okay. So it's just not the card itself. I can actually leverage it, right? That being said, another way to help you build up your business credit file, and again, people sleep on this type of stuff because people say that Corpay doesn't give you that Mastercard, right? And then DIVVY turns you down. Well, DIVVY actually has a credit builder program. Why not join the credit builder program? Because it's still reporting. It's still reporting the Small Business Financial Exchange, and that information is shared with Dun & Bradstreet. So you're still building up your business credit file. Even if you have bad credit and these companies say, well, we can't help you, we can't help you. Well, there's still ways for you to continue to build your business credit file, okay? That being said, if you have any questions about personal credit, and by the way, hey, if you like the content, I appreciate if you guys share it because I'm really trying to help our community out, and I appreciate any support that you all with the super thanks or Patreon or whatever. I really appreciate it, but I just want you all to know that this content is something that you are not going to find just in no regular place. Like I said, I look at what people are saying, but they're not giving you all the nuggets. And actually, yeah, you have the business credit funding, but you're like, well, how do I actually make money with it? How actually can I actually leverage the Corpay credit card to make money with it? And so that's the reason that I made this video, to show you. So if you have questions about business credit, personal credit funding, trying to remove negative items off your personal credit, click the link in the description to schedule a one-on-one consultation. Thank you.